This video is on how to use the lung nodule patient tracking system. The lung nodule patient tracking system is used to keep track of patients following a consultation with the lung nodule service. If the outcome of the consultation requires a follow-up scan, the patient will be placed on a patient tracking list and staff will be notified to rebook the patient's next scan. The lung nodule system is accessed via the Trust Intranet. To gain access to the system, contact IT Service Desk via phone or by using the IT portal. There are 3 buttons on the dashboard: Manage Patients, Manage Draft Proformas, and Patient Tracking. We will look at Manage Patients first. All patients who have been added to the tracking system are displayed. You can search for a patient by entering the patient's NHS number and clicking the Search button. If the patient is not displayed, they will need to be registered. To register a patient, click Add New Patient. Enter the patient's NHS or hospital number into the search box and select which number you are searching by, and click Search. The patient's basic demographics are pulled through from PAS. If you have found the correct patient, click the Add Patient button. To add a proforma to a patient, click the New Proforma button. Complete the details. If the smoking cessation box is selected, the patient will be referred to the smoking cessation team via email and the patient will be contacted directly. You now have 3 options. Save Draft. This allows you to save a partially completed proforma and you will be able to return to it at a later date to complete. Save Final. This saves the proforma and any action to book further scans will appear on the PTL. Or Cancel. This will discard the proforma without saving. For this patient, we are clicking Save Final. Click OK to the pop-up. To go back to the dashboard, click Home. To edit any draft proformas, click the Draft Proformas button. From here, you can select the proforma you would like to edit, and you will be brought to the proforma screen we saw previously. Once completed, click Save Draft or Save Final or Cancel. Patient Tracking List, or PTL, displays a list of patients which shows their NHS number, date of birth, stage, and days remaining. The days remaining column shows the days left to book the scan at 90 days. The patient with the shortest number of days appears at the top. For example, this patient has 78 days remaining to get the scan booked in. When a date has been confirmed for the scan, you'll be required to input this into the system to remove the patient from the PTL. Click Book Scan from the PTL list against the patient. Select the date the scan is booked for on the calendar and click Save. This will remove the patient from the PTL. To view the patient's homepage, which displays the date a scan has been booked and previous proformas, click the Manage Patients button from the dashboard. Search for the patient and click View. If you need to change the future scan date, click the Edit/Remove CT scan date and either change the date or remove it if there is no new date. If you remove the date, the patient will appear back on the PTL with the remaining date reinstated from their last completed proforma. When a patient is discharged from the lung nodule service, you will need to discharge them from the tracking system. To do this, go to the patient's homepage and click Discharge Patient. From the drop-down, select the reason why the patient is being discharged and click Save. The patient is now discharged from the system. You will still be able to view any previous proformas. To reinstate a patient who has been discharged in error, navigate to the patient's homepage and click Reinstate the patient. There will be 2 options to choose from. 1. Restore patient to previous state. This allows you to restore the patient with any open action reappearing on the PTL without the need to create another proforma. Or 2. Reinstate patient to service. The patient will be reinstated back to the service without PTL actions restoring. Once you have selected an option, click Save. The patient has now been reinstated. To exit out of the lung nodule patient tracking system, click the X in the top right-hand corner.